Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of Shantan Codes. So in this video, I'll be talking about the LeetCode problem, finding all duplicates in an array. So essentially, what the problem states is that we have a list of elements. Let's say we take this example only. So it's 4 3 2 7 8 2 3 1. Let's write it down. 4 3 2 7 8 3 2, let's say 1. So it's said that the elements values will be from 1 to n being the size of the array, and there are some elements which appear twice and others which appear once. So our job is to find those elements which appear twice and print them in an output array. So here it will be 3 because we have 2 times 3 and 2, so we have to print 2 comma 3. So there are many approaches to solve this problem. One approach will be to take a set, insert each element as we traverse through the array, and whenever we get a duplicate we just append it to the resultant array. So that's one approach, but in that case we will need an extra space of O of n. So coming to this follow-up question, so it asks to find all the elements that appear twice in the array. That's well enough. In addition to that, it says that could you do it in extra space and without extra space and in ON runtime. So one thing we can do, kind of hack that we can use. So one hint is that all the elements are from 1 to the n, which is the size of the array. So we can use this information to our advantage and do some kind of hack. So we can basically correlate this index with the size, with the value of the array elements. Coming back to this, so one approach we can take is like, let's say we are traversing each element, and then at this element when we get 3, we basically make the third index of this array negative. So while traversing, this will become the first. I'll just do this. So the fourth element will make it as negative, so it will be -7. Then the rest of the elements, whatever is there. This is the first step. In the second step, when we encountered the second element, in that case we find that it's 3, so we'll make the third index to be negative, so it will basically become -2, then whatever value is there. Now if an element occurs twice, that means the value at that particular index has become negative already. So when we encounter this second 3, when we will try to make this third index 2 as negative, we will see that we have already made this as negative, and we can use this information to basically say that because this element at this particular third index is negative, that means this element occurs twice, and similarly for element 2. Okay, so we have got the logic. So coming back to the code, so at first we will take a result which is just an empty array. In the next step we will traverse the elements of the array. Let's say I equal to 0, I less than nums dot length I plus plus. Now what we want to do is we want to check whether the element at that particular index, so we want to check if the num size, so let's say we take the index at this position, so var index, and we want to make sure that it's positive, because it might occur that the value at that particular index has become negative due to some other values in the array. So we'll make this as positive, so math.abs num size, and because arrays are zero indexed data structures, so we'll have to negate a 1 so that we can start from 0, and then we will have to check whether the value at that index is negative or not. If it's negative, then that means that we have already encountered a value like the same value before. That means that value at that particular index, at this particular I index, that is num psi, is present twice. So if it's already negative, we will just append it to our resultant array. So we'll result dot push nums. We have to make this as an absolute value, because it might happen that we have already mutated that element at that particular index. Otherwise, we'll just make the element at that particular index to be negative. So nums index will become negative of nums index, and at the end we'll just return this result. Let me check. So we're getting that index from here, then we are checking whether element at that index is 0. If it is 0, like less than 0, if it's negative, then we are pushing it to our result array, and if it is not, then we are negating the value at that particular index value. Looks good. Let's run the code. Okay, passed, and now for the submission. Okay, it compiled successfully. So that's it, guys. If you like this video and you want to watch more of this kinds of programming videos, do give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.